I think the offseason plan, so obviously let's address Jordan Addison. He's gotten arrested multiple times, but I there's going to be a receiver. We need to go out and get some sort of receiver in free agency, through the draft, whatever. I think we're going to do both. I think, honestly, perfect world, I don't like the Jordan Addison move. And the reason for that being, like, obviously all the off the field issues, but how much really do you want to spend? Like, you're going to be overpaying for a guy like Jordan Addison. You're going to have to get him and then potentially sign him to an extension. I don't know if the Jordan Addison thing, I don't know if I would spend picks on Jordan Addison. Like, he's going to take a second or third round pick. I don't know if I would spend that. I think a guy like Alex Pierce, receiver from the Colts. So I really wanted to go back to the Seahawks versus 49ers game. Why couldn't the 49ers move the ball at all, right? And part of the reason why, like in the Week 18 game, I feel like the Seahawks were doing what Mike McDonald does best, bringing pressure from everywhere, rushing, bringing 6 defensive backs onto the field, extra defensive back. And that's what makes Nick Emanwari so special, because you can really play him from anywhere on the field. And so that allows Mike McDonald to bring another defensive back on the field and not be completely screwed, because Nick Emanwari has the athleticism of a defensive back, but has the size of like a safety / linebacker. But anyway, I digress. Really, the big thing, so that was Week 18. They were bringing pressure from everywhere. But then in that wild card game, like, I don't think literally the Seahawks were getting pressure with just 4 guys, and they were dropping back. I had to rewatch that game because I honestly didn't watch a ton of it. I turned it off. But they were literally dropping back, sending just 4 guys, still getting pressure. And it's because obviously we didn't have a guy who could win one-on-one. If you go out, you get Pierce, the Colts receiver. He's a really good route runner, pretty good speedster. If you can get him for like $16 million a year, here's another name. So I'm just going to go through free agency first. And let's actually share the screen really quick, if I can do that. I love Shanahan. He's doing great. Punky Boys, gee whiz. I don't think I've seen you in here, so welcome. Let's try to share the screen. I don't even know if, honestly, my connection will allow it. Definitely will be better. Let's see. NFL free agents. There we go. All right. So sharing screen here. Don't mind the ad. So if we're looking at the screen or the free agents here, now I initially went 49ers top free agents, but one that kind of caught my mind, doesn't Kyle Shanahan love veteran wide receivers? Mike Evans, like, really good route runner. And part of the reason why we lost that game against the Seahawks is we didn't have a guy who could win one-on-one. Our receivers, I mean, you look at that film, Brock Purdy had no separation, nowhere to throw the ball. No, I mean, they were just glued to the 49ers receivers. Mike Evans, great route runner. The speed isn't there, but he's going to get open. So that's like, I don't know. He's a guy who I wouldn't be shocked if we bring him in. Veteran wide receiver, probably not going to go for a ton of money because he's almost in his last year. I would not mind Mike Evans. Like I said, I would really, really I don't think the Niners, like, I saw a name like Jalen Tolbert, the Cowboys wide receiver. I don't think the Niners actually go after a speed guy like that, just because they're not throwing down the field. Guys like Rashid Shaheed, Jalen Tolbert are really guys who run 1 or 2 routes. That's a go ball and maybe like a deep cross or whatever, and they return kicks and punts. But I don't think the Niners are built like that. I mean, Brock Purdy doesn't run a go ball. So Rashid Shaheed, Jalen Tolbert, I don't see that. But I see guys like Mike Evans who run what is a route that the Niners ran all the time with Brandon Ayuk. That was the deep cross. And the only guy who really consistently can get separation on that is Pearsall, but he's always injured. Now, I think we keep Pearsall. I know he's going to be involved in a lot of trades, but what the hell is he going to be worth? So I think we keep Pearsall. We take a little bit of pressure off of him. We sign a veteran wide receiver, whether that be, like I said, Mike Evans or where is he? He's down this list. Alex Pierce. That's the name I'm looking for, but he's not on this list. But anyway, whether we sign Alex Pierce, let's go to wide receivers. So we can get him. Damn, there are a lot of free agent. Alec Pierce, not Alex. Alec Pierce. So he's saying George Pickens on the 49ers would feed families. My God. Yeah, but I don't think George Pickens would last on the Niners. I mean, he's not a culture guy. DJ Moore, is he a free agent? Shit, I would love DJ Moore. So anyway, I think Alec Pierce could be interesting. Like I said, George Pickens, maybe. I mean, shit. He's a free agent, but how much does he? I mean, I'd imagine he commands a lot of money, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm looking for guys who don't command 30 mil because do the Niners go into free agency and try to get a guy like that to be their number one wide receiver? Do they address their number one wide receiver through the draft or try to draft someone and get a decent free agent, or do they really try to go big on wide receiver and free agency and go after a top guy? I could see it going either way because I know Kyle Shanahan loves to have that number one guy, but I think right now is the time to get. I mean, there are a ton of guys that you could get here, but I think it's Alec Pierce or Mike Evans. And then here's another guy, and this is a draft prospect that I really like. So let's get into wide receiver Chris Bell